Hello everyone, my name is Miss Celeste and I am so happy to be here with you for story time. So let's go ahead and get started with our opening song. Open, shut them, give them both a clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, slowly creep them right up to your chinny chin chin. Circle around your little mouth, but do not let them in. Our first book today is called La Princesa and the Pea, and it's by Susan Middleton Aya. And I would like to thank Gigi Putnam and Sons for allowing us to read this. There once was a prince who wanted a wife, but not any Nina would do in his life. His madre was picky. She hoped for perfection. The prince was so lonely in need of affection. But here came a maiden en route to her castle. I hope I can stay here if it's not a hassle. She winked at the prince who fell for her fast. No matter what mom does, I'll marry this lass. The prince said, "Come in," but his mama Lorena decided to test her. Would this girl be buena? Mama sneaked away to the royal jardine and found a small pea that was fit for a queen. She guarded the pea pod and took to the stair. If this girl is worthy, she'll feel that it's there. She placed El Gusente in the bed for their guest. She yelled, "Viente, mattresses, lofty request." The queen settled in with her box of bombones, while lots of strong workers came in with colchones. Uno was suave, dos was bueno, tres was muy grande, cuatro useno. Several were pinstripes, some made of fleece, others were dotted or checkered with grease. The queen ate her treats, the bed was stacked high, and right when they finished, La Niña came by. "Here is your cama, a place you can sleep." "Thanks," said the girl, "I won't even count sheep." Meanwhile, El Principe practiced I do's. He knew that this maiden was one he should choose. "I like her, Mama," he said with a lilt. "We'll see," said the queen as she fluffed up his quilt. The girl stretched her brazos and yawned with her boca, but the bed felt so lumpy like there was a roca. The little Gusente was 20 times deep. Could it be the reason the girl got no sleep? She trudged down to breakfast. Her oils were droopy. "And how was your slumber?" Lorena was snoopy. "Great," said the girl, "if you like hard and lumpy." "Oh, Probosita," the prince said, "you're grumpy." Their guest brightened up as she noticed the lad. "Really," she murmured, "it wasn't that bad." Thought Lorena, how did she detect it? Is she a real princess? I think I suspect it. She signaled her son that the girl passed the test. Drat! She had managed to save off the rest. The prince who proposed with a golden anillo, they married that week in the royal castillo. The queen kept her promise and threw a big boda. The bride wore a wedding gown, stylish de moda. Excepto, they both said, "I do." And still to this day, the queen has no clue. The prince had put pitchforks and stones in la cama to help his true love pass the test of Queen Mama. The end. Let's do Hickory Dickory Dock, and we're going to do it with our own motion like this, like a clock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Good job. Let's do that again. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Good job. I have a fun rhyme called 5 Knights in Shining Armor. Let's count our knights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 knights in shining armor, fearless and brave, went dragon hunting deep in the cave. The dragon started breathing fire. Can you breathe fire? Their knees went all a-quiver, and one of the knights took off for the river. Now we have 4 knights. 4 knights in shining armor, fearless and brave, went dragon hunting deep in a cave. The dragon started breathing fire. Their knees went all a-quiver, and one of the knights took off for the river. How many do we have left? We have 1, 2, and 3. 3 knights in shining armor, fearless and brave, went dragon hunting deep in the cave. The dragon started breathing fire. Their knees went all a-quiver, and one of the knights took off for the river. 2 knights in shining armor, fearless and brave, went dragon hunting deep in a cave. The dragon started breathing fire. Their knees went all a-quiver, and one of the knights took off for the river. How many do we have left? Just 1. 1 knight in shining armor, fearless and brave, went dragon hunting deep in the cave. The dragon started breathing fire. Her knees went all a-quiver, and this little knight took off for the river. Hi, I have a fun story for you today, and I'm going to use puppets to tell this story, and it's the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goats who all went by the name of Gruff. There was the smallest Billy Goat, the medium-sized Billy Goat, and the largest Billy Goat. And they lived in the valley. However, their side of the valley, there was no grass left for them to eat. So they decided that they needed to go to the other side of the valley so that they could eat the nice green grasses. But to get to the other side, they would have to cross a bridge. And who do you think lived under that bridge? That's right, a mean and ugly troll. Well, first it was the turn of the smallest Billy Goat. And when he crossed the bridge, it sounded like this. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. "Who's that tripping on my bridge?" said the troll. "It is I, the smallest Billy Goat. I would like to cross the bridge so that I can get to the other side and eat the green grasses." "Oh, no, you don't." And he jumped up on the bridge. "I'm coming to gobble you up." "Oh, please don't eat me," said the Billy Goat. "I have a brother who's much fatter and tastier than I. You should really wait for him." "Well, be off then." And so he let the Billy Goat cross the bridge. Well, next it was the turn of the medium Billy Goat. And when he crossed the bridge, it sounded like this. And can you slap your knee? Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. "Who's that tripping on my bridge?" said the troll. "It is I, the medium-sized Billy Goat. I just wanted to cross the bridge so I could get to the other side and eat the nice green grasses." "Oh, no, you don't." And he jumped up on the bridge. "I'm coming to gobble you up." "Please, please, please don't eat me. I have a brother. He is much juicier and tastier than I. You really should wait for him." "Well, be off with you then." And so he crossed the bridge. Well, next it was the turn of the largest Billy Goat. And when he crossed the bridge, it sounded like this. Can you stomp your feet? Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Who's that tripping on my bridge? Said the troll. It is I, the biggest billy goat. I would like to cross the bridge so I can get to the other side and eat the nice green grasses. Oh, no, you don't. And he jumped up on the bridge. I'm coming to gobble you up. That's what you think, said the billy goat, for he had 2 large horns. And so he ran at the troll and rammed the troll, and the troll fell into the river, and he was never heard from again. But the 3 billy goats were able to cross to the other side and eat the nice green grasses, and there they stayed, growing fatter and fatter by the day. And that's the story of the 3 billy goats gruff. Before we go, I have a fun craft activity to share with you, and it's to make your own crown out of a paper plate, just like that. The way to do it is you take a paper plate, just poke a hole in the center with a pencil, and then you're just going to cut lines across there. Don't cut all the way to the end, but just to about the rim there. So you'll cut those, and then you can fold up your flaps like I did. So that's kind of how it looks. And then you fold up your flaps. And then you can have your child decorate it with stickers or markers, just like that, and then fold up those flaps. And then they'll have their very own crown to wear. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me in Storytime today. I'll see you next time. Bye. I have a literacy tip to share with you. So my last story, The 3 Billy Goats, I told that story using puppets. And there's so many different ways that you can tell stories. And I would encourage you caregivers to have your child use puppets, or if you have felt pieces or stuffed animals, you could even print clip art and create your own pieces that way, and use that to have them retell some of their favorite stories. That's a really good way to encourage their narrative skills, which is a really important concept for when they start learning how to read. So I encourage you to do that with your child.